Hello everyone, welcome back again to my channel. So guys, in today's video I'll be showing you how to cut and sew joggers waistband. So guys, stay tuned and let's get started. So guys, this is the joggers waist I'll be using. I've already sewn it. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do now is to take the measurement of this waist. Okay, so I'll go ahead and take my measurement right now. The measurement I have right here is 24 inches. So 24 inches is my waist measurement. Now this is the fabric I'll be using, the leftover fabric. So I'll go ahead and fold it into two and fold. Okay, so I'll measure 3 inches like this. I'll measure it straight, then cut it out. So guys, this material I'm cutting right now is a little bit shorter than my measurement, so I'll be cutting out 2 pieces of this so that I'll be able to get my full waist measurement. Okay, this is the elastic band I'll be using. So the width of this band is 2 inches. Okay, you can get the one of 2.5 inches. It depends on the one you saw at the moment or the one that is available for you. Okay, so after doing that, I'll go ahead and cut out my fabric that I mentioned earlier. Okay, right now I'll go ahead now and fold the material into two. So I'll check the measurements I have right here. So I have about 15 inches, so I still need to complete it. Okay, so that I will have 24 inches. Okay, but if you have a straight material, you don't have to join. Okay, so to cut out the elastic band, remember the waist measurement I measured earlier was 24 inches. So I'll fold my elastic band like this. So I'll be using tape hook to take my measurement, just for the sake of those that don't have the table tape rule. Okay, so I folded my elastic band and the measurement I'm using now is 14 inches. So I placed the band right there, so I'm going to stretch it until it gets to 24 inches. Okay, please note that you don't have to abuse your elastic band. You don't have to over stretch it. Okay, you have to stretch it in a way that is not abuse. See the way I'm stretching it, I don't know how to explain it. So see the way I'm stretching it, I'm not stretching it like over stress. You get, so I'm just stretching it from that 14 to mid 24 inches. Okay, you get some band that is not that stretchy. So this is my table machine, so I'm using my table rule to take the measurement. From 14 I stretch it down to 24. So let's go over to the sewing machine and sew the waistband. Okay, so as I said earlier, I'll be joining these two pieces together because I don't have my full waist measurement right there. So after joining it together, then I will show you what next. So after joining it, I have a full measurement. So I will retake my measurement just to make sure I don't have excess fabric on my waist. Okay, now go ahead and measure 24 inches. Then after taking the 24 inches, I'll mark it straight. Now from the upper part, I'll measure 3.5 inches. Then from that 3.5 inches, I'll mark 1 inches downward. So that 1 inches I left is for the rope that will pass through the waistband. Okay, so I will go ahead now and sew. I will sew from the upper part down to the 1 inch space I left. After that, I will raise my machine and then sew from there. I'll continue sewing from that place. Now go ahead and trim some of the excess of the fabric away, leaving about half inches on the sewing part. Okay, so that half inches I left behind, I'm going to hem it down. So I'll open it up like this and then hem it down on both sides. Okay, I'll hem it down on both sides like this. Okay, so guys, after sewing, this is what it looks like at the right side, and this is the hole whereby the rope will pass through. Okay, so the two edges are closed. Okay, so this is the front and this other side will be at the back. So now I'll go ahead and stitch my elastic band together. Okay, so guys, now place the elastic band on the fabric. Now this is the length of the elastic band, and the excess on this fabric will serve as the ruffles on the waistband. Okay, so I just stretch it. Now you see it's gotten to the full length of the waistband. Now go ahead and place the elastic band inside the main fabric. Okay, so I'll place it inside like this, and then you see we still have a lot of excess on this fabric. Now this will be at the front. Okay, so you just have to turn the elastic band, make sure the sewing part is facing the down part, and then the sewing part on the elastic will be facing down. Okay, so now to sew this elastic band, so you will just make sure this two sewing parts are aligning together. You place them and then make sure the elastic band inside this fabric is well relaxed, it's flat, it's not twist. So you will, when you touch the fabric, you can feel the ending of the elastic band, so that's where you will sew round. So guys, when sewing, just make sure the elastic band inside this material is relaxed and is not twist, and the material they are equal on the edge. Okay, so guys, when sewing, you get to a point whereby the elastic band is now smaller than the main fabric. Just go ahead and use your hand to adjust the elastic band like this. Just adjust it, then you have enough elastic band to sew. Okay, so while sewing, please do not sew on the elastic band inside. If not, you can't move. Okay, do not sew on the elastic band, just sew like 1/4 inch away from the elastic band. So after sewing, this is what it looks like. Now you just go ahead and use your hand to shuffle the band. Make sure it's don't twist inside. You see the ruffle is coming out gradually. So the next I'm going to do now is to sew the ruffles on the waistband. Okay, so it's very easy. So before you sew, just make sure everything is well shuffled. Make sure all the ruffles are not on one side. Just make sure everything is okay. So this is the O for the rope. Okay, so just make sure everything is okay. The ruffles are not on one side. So to sew the ruffles, just make sure the right side, which is the O part, the side that has O, is facing the machine, and the other side is facing up. Now you go ahead and sew about 0.6 inches. So while sewing, you will be using, while sewing, you just drag the material. Just watch the way I'm sewing it. You drag the elastic with all your strength. Okay, just drag it so that it will bring out the ruffles after sewing. You drag until you finish sewing, just like this. See, I'm dragging it, so when I get to the point where the drags end, then I'll stop sewing in that place. Then I'll continue dragging. You get, just watch what I'm doing. You don't have to stop while dragging. Like when you drag, you have to finish sewing that part before you stop sewing. Just watch carefully, you will understand what I'm doing. Okay, so when you drag it very well and you sew it properly, it will give you what you are looking for. It will give you a nice and neat ruffles. And again, your hand has to be straight while sewing. Okay, so after sewing the first part, you have to leave about 0.6 inches so that you will be able to fix the rope. Okay, so after doing that, you go to the next part, then you sew the other line, making it the second line. So just watch carefully on how I'm sewing the ruffles. Okay, you drag, so when you get to where the drags end, you stop, then you drag again. Do not stop when you have not finished sewing your dragging. Okay, I don't know which other words I can use for this statement or this dragging of a thing, but just try and watch what I'm trying to say or do. So this is the end of the ruffles. You see how clean the thing is, how the ruffles came out. It's so nice. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do now is to trim some of the excess on these ruffles. Okay, then so that I'll be able to join it to my trouser. So I'm going to trim some of the excess, then leaving about 0.2 quarter inches. Okay, then I'll just trim. So this is the excess I left behind to join with the trouser. See how neat the ruffles are. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to join this band to my trouser. Okay, now this is the right side of the um ruffles, the band. Okay, so I'm going to place it like this so I'll get the back length. So I'll just notch this part right here. So this part will serve as the back side. Now I'll place this opening at the right side of my joggers. Okay, right side facing each other. Now go ahead and sew on my machine. So while sewing, I'll just go ahead and stretch the band, the waistband, only the waistband. I will stretch only the waistband so that it will be able to fit in the trouser. Okay, so I'll just stretch it. Okay, so guys, it's very easy to cut and sew. If you watch the video carefully, you understand what I did. And if you have any question, please don't forget to drop it on the comment section below, and I will gladly respond to your comment. Okay, if you have any other thing you want me to drop the tutorial, just drop it on the comment section below. So this is the finished look of this band. If you love it, don't forget to share, like, comment and subscribe. Okay, so guys, see you guys on my next video. Bye.